put my 2 cents in it. You feel me? Nah. What's up? What's up? What's up with it, y'all? Yeah, this is another light work edition of True Life Stories, and yeah, I had to come tap in because somebody kept asking me this question about psychedelics and alcohol. Like, is it like can you mix the two? And before I open Discord, I want to say I want to give my thoughts on it, and then I'm gonna open Discord so we can have everybody thoughts on on this topic. And like I want to say, shaman been doing it for years. Okay, it's not for everybody to do. It's not a thing for everybody to do because you got to understand when you're diving in on psychedelics, you facing yourself. And when you facing yourself, you basically facing all the things that you didn't ever took in life. You're facing all these different things, and you have all these different things of what not to do and what to do going through your mind. And if that was something that you were told a long time ago, which, it's something I was told a long time ago, that this is something that you couldn't do or you shouldn't do, because, we be hit with all these misbeliefs, these different ideas of what is and what ain't. So my thoughts on it is I don't know about, I'm not saying it's something you should do, but it's something I have done like many a times. But it's one thing that you have to be careful about, because when it comes to mushrooms, and you take mushrooms, and it'll have you drinking like a fish. You'll wake up with a hangover. So it's like you have to know your intake. You can't do too much, and a lot of people tend to do that. A lot of people that start actually drinking, they overdrink, and it's not something cool. Like, people already do it without mushrooms. But for me, when I do it, I don't know, it always enhances my experience. Like, say if I had like a couple of drinks before, like throughout the experience, I used to, when my experience started wearing off to where it seemed like it was going down or it was about to fade away, I'll go have a couple more shots, and then it'll kick it right back in. And then every time it get to wearing off, I'll take a couple of shots, and it'll kick my visuals right back up. It'll put them right back where I left off at. So, and then I had times to where I know, like, where I had a family member pass away, and usually, that's a family thing that we do. Like, we have a drink or something like that, to think about that person. And I've done it before to where I had a drink, and I was drinking like Patron, and I dove in on DMT while I was, and like, it was the craziest thing, because the one thing that I can say, when I did, it got me past all the scariness. It got me past all the things that made me scared of even diving in on DMT. Like that was the one thing about it, and it was like a crazy experience. But once it got to the end, it got so beautiful. It was like one of the dopest experiences I had. And like, I know a lot of new people here. You probably haven't seen a lot of my experiences. That's why you don't see me dive as much as I used to. And like, because I had so many experiences, I'm always here being able to talk about them. What's up, 718? I'm all, what's up with it? But I'm always here, able to talk about the experiences. And a lot of times, when you see me dive in, I was drinking when I dove in. Cause at first I went through that same head thing to where I was like, oh, this ain't right, and I shouldn't do this, and that's something that I went through. But I come to realize in life, like the one thing that I feel like we're made up of ideas. Ideas and these different thoughts that we have. And like, it's crazy because like last night I was having this whole big thing talking to myself, knowing and going, dang, okay, like, when you really think about it, you really don't exist. Like, you can say that you do, because right here, right now, we're here right now. But when you think of what you are made up of, like here, all the thoughts and ideas of the ones that came before us. It almost had me thinking that okay, in life, that's the one thing that was able to live forever within life was the thoughts, the ideas. That's why we hold on to them, because that's the one thing that can live forever within this reality. Like the you that's in this reality is not really even the you that you think you are. The you doesn't even exist. This is something that you made up over time as you went, and it's hard to accept that. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for a lot of people to accept that, because the you that you are, you made up over time of different beliefs, different ideas, different people that you talk to. This is the person that you created. You created the you, but the you does not exist. The you is not even there. The you is a figment of your imagination. And it's crazy, bro. It's crazy when you, like, if you really just sit back and think of it and think about it. You like you don't have to take my word for it. Do your research. Go find out about yourself. Learn about yourself. Start understanding what you see and what you believe and why you believe it and why you accept this, but you don't accept that. You start seeing that all these different ideas were things that were given to you. Yeah, the persona. It's something that you built over time. You built the you that don't exist. So it's like crazy, because I think the ideas is the one thing that keeps going. The you don't keep going. The you, because you got to understand, it's only built by the perception of yourself over time. The you doesn't keep on living. That's why the body dies. You feel me? And the perception of life that you had, pieces of it stay here and get passed on to the next generation. That, and that's what's crazy. That's why we when we dive in, we tend to see that we live forever. Like, you see that because those ideas and those thoughts and those understandings that you have, they live forever. They go on to the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person that takes them and be able to use them in the way that they want to use them. But the you, the body that is here right now, it doesn't live forever. It just doesn't. That's just part of the reality. And it's like crazy to even think about when you even start to pay attention to the you that you created. The you that you created, that you talk to all the time. A lot of people try to make it seem like they don't talk to themselves, but you hear yourself in your mind. You ask yourself questions 24/7. All the time, these questions, all different kind of questions is going through your mind. Have you ever thought who you're talking to? Who is that? Who is that? That is actually speaking to me all the time. Who's saying, oh, that person is wrong. Oh, that person is right. Who is that person? Who is that thing within your mind that's speaking to you? These are perceptions or ideas built up over time through reality from us, from humans living over a period of time. They're built up over time, and you took them on. We took them on, and we decided to make them ours. But really, they're not ours. They is something that's been here way before us, and they're going to be here once we leave. They're going to stay. And that little aspect of us is the one thing that we pass on. And that's why reality has to keep going. It has to keep going in order so those things can exist. It's like kind of weird, because once you start to, like, it's weird once you start to really grasp reality and pay attention to it, because we feel like, okay, this is why, if you notice, we created an afterlife. We created all, like, this is the afterlife. Like, if you pay attention right now, right here, right now, this is the afterlife right now, because it's after the life that came before us, and it's after that life that came before that. Like, we only live in the afterlife. We can't live in nothing else but that, because, like I said, all the thoughts, all the things that we have came from somewhere else. They're not ours, but we take them on and we make them ours. That's what make us believe that this is us walking around. I'm walking around as true life stories. I really accept myself being this person right here. And it's like, really, in a sense, you're really not. You're really not. You actually like that you that you think you are is everything and everybody that lived before you. These is the history. This is the history of life right here, living within us. That's why I said, I wonder why when a lot of people dive in, they're able to go in and actually see the Akashic records, or they have a sight of the Akashic records and it's showing them life. This is because you are the walking Akashic records. It's just you're playing them differently, like almost like, like what's up with it, Justin? It's almost like what's up with it, Torrance? What's up with it, everybody? But it's almost like music, bro. Like, there's different themes of music. You don't just have rap. You got rock, you got classical, you got hip, you got all these different themes of music all playing at the same time, but they was all built upon one music that started way back. And like that's us, almost the same thing, bro. And it's like I'm gonna tell you, it's hard to fathom. It's something easy to understand, but you don't want to believe it because everybody wants to be more. Everybody wants to live forever. They want, and we know for a fact, we see stories on people. And whenever you see the story on somebody, they always have a main character. And that main character kind of takes over every other character within the story. Every other character will play a 2-second part in the story, but the story will be about that main character. So like when you going along with your story, everybody else that's outside of your story play a small part within your story. It's almost like they're not even here, but they here, but they not at the same time, because you are the main character. You are the character that called yourself the you, or whoever you are. You made that you, and it's really like it's not you, because all those things that you took and you put in to make you, bro, I'm telling you, it's fucking crazy, bro. Let's see what he say. I'll be going through hell eating that shit now. Hey, nah, I went there, man. I got 22 serious questions for you. I got 2. Okay, let's go. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Drop the questions. You feel me? I'm ready. I'm ready. I just got off work. I'm ready. I'm sorry I've been trying to get to the point of doing these lives every night, but I do have a family. So when I'm going from the family and I come back, that's what I'll be dealing with. So go on, drop a question, Justin. Let's hear it. We already know what it's about. So if you don't know Justin, then you don't know. But I know Justin, so I know what it's about. So go on. Hurry up. I know it's going to take you a minute to type, but let's get it. Let's get it for a minute before I open up Discord, because I'm about to open up Discord real soon. But that's going to be my question when I open up Discord. We're going to talk about alcohol and psychedelics, because that's what the topic's supposed to be. I want to get everybody else ideas on alcohol and psychedelics. Should it be something? Because it's like weird. Like I said, a lot of shamans, that's what they used to do. And, it just was part of the how come no users come back and tell us secrets of the world? Why it is always blocked? What you mean? You're talking about how many you because look, bro. If you're talking about death, right? That's what I feel like you're talking about. Like the users, when somebody pass in this thing, they don't come back. See, that's because once they go, there is no coming back. Once you're gone, you're gone. The only thing here is your memory. Is not even your memory. It's the memory that others had of you. That's what's here. That's what lasts, and that's what lives on. Those different interpretations that they made of you. And like, I don't understand why people get can't get over that. Like this is why we created the afterlife, right? Like when we're in the afterlife, we created the afterlife. Like after this life is going to be this and it's going to be that. This is what we say, but we really, if you tell the truth, we don't have no proof of that. We have no proof of an afterlife, of a place that everybody go after this. All we have is the ideas, but we don't understand that the ideas create all these different interpretations and beliefs that once we have faith, we actually believe all these different things. But it's like you said, nobody has really came back from death. Now, we can have a near death experience. That's one thing we can do. No, let's see. Wait, hold on. Let me see what he said over here. Wait, let me move this over here, bro, because I can't really see. I can see, but I can't see. So let me move this up here so I can make it bigger. He said, yo, true, I've been hanging on to this Salvador report for a minute. Should check it out. Pretty wicked. Okay, we'll go into that. We'll go into that today. Don't let me forget Snail Horseplay. He said, what I mean is how come drug users can tell us deep stuff they learn over that other realm? They always say entities won't allow that knowledge to come back with them. Ain't that crazy though? Like when you really think about it, because they'll be telling you the knowledge while they say you can't come back with it. But everything you come back, I'm gonna tell you, bro. Despite what I feel or what I didn't seen, I always see it as still as being ideas, because a lot of it you can't prove. You can't prove it. There's no way. Like you barely can prove that you even exist right now. And then if so many people then came and went out of this life, just think a lot of them are gone to the point to where they're never remembered. Like when you think about yourself, Justin, and everybody that knows you here, everybody in the world don't know who Justin is. Everybody in the world don't know you, the one that you are saying you are right now. And that's okay. All right, what's up with it, Awoken One? That's okay. Everybody does not and is not gonna know you. That's like damn near impossible. You feel me? So like even me, everybody don't know me, but once I'm gone, I'm gone. Like that's just part of this reality. The thing that comes after this, nobody can really say. But the cold thing about ideas grow. They grow into so many different things. You don't know what to believe. It's almost like a car, like going from the Chariot all the way to what the car is now, to where we got electric cars. They're not riding on gas and different things like that. Like what the car is today will blow somebody's mind back then. I mean, like for reals, I was riding in the new Prius and I'm like, you put it on auto cruise and you don't even have to slow down when you're getting behind the car. Like it slows down by itself. It slows down and speeds up by itself. So I'm just going, we don't like the thing that we are right now, the little fractal that we are doesn't really need to be remembered in this reality. It's just something that we want because we took time out to build it and to make the person that we are into the person that it is. So now we have to create all these different things afterwards and go, okay, well, since I already made this, then it's going to be this after this, or it's going to be that after this. And it's really no real physical way that you can prove any of these things. Now, it feels good to say it because it gives us something to believe in, something to strive for. Why you think so many people believe in a lot of different religions? They don't believe because they have the faith that everybody says. No, they believe and they want it because they want that afterlife. They want the life after this. They want to be able to live on and live, and go on into this other life thing that, they talk about. Because being in these things, they don't just come with nothing. So like, just think, right? If they didn't come with nothing, would nobody want it? But if I give you and sell you this story of, in the afterlife and you're going to live forever and we're going to put you in this place. And it's like, bro, that's the only reason people do it. They don't, that which is wild, bro. You feel me? He said, my second question, how come drug users can never tell me if it's just the brain being fried or if that place you go is a real place, dimension on trips? Because because I don't think anybody really knows. You feel me? Like, bro, it seems so real. It seems so real. I think it's real at times, but I really don't know because once you come back, you're back here and you're living this life. That it's like almost like when you're in that place, this place don't exist. When you're in this place, that place don't exist. You know, because you can talk about it, but it's hard to just bring it out and just show somebody and lay it out to them. And like that's the part that I hate because it's almost like you know a lot of other things that other people believe that go against your beliefs. You be like, nah, that ain't real. And it's the same thing. They look at this system like, bro, what are y'all talking about? Like, you know, other dimensions. That's just demons. That's this. That's that. We didn't put so many ideas on this thing that we really don't have no real interpretation of it. And I don't know if we will have one at any time because no matter what people say, bro, we've been using psychedelics forever. Forever. Look where we at. We still, life is still doing what life does outside of the psychedelics. You feel me? It's still famines. It's still bombs going off. It's still everything happening. So it's like the psychedelics almost dive deep into your idealistic beliefs. You feel me? The idealistic beliefs that you have, the psychedelics take you deeper into them and sometimes outside of them to what could be or what might be. You feel me? No, you nothing can explain it, bro. Like what if that different dimension, LOL, creepy. Let's see, do you think your brain or a real place you going to? Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. We gonna have look, bro, come on now. Like I can see if it was something outside of any other religious belief, but it's not. It's not. Like we'll like laugh at people that believe in Christ or that believe in Allah that or that follow a religion. But then we create our own religion over here and say this one is true. This one is outside of that one that you're in. And it's like that's the part that gets me. We're not doing anything different than what that they doing. But we'll say it's better because of this. And they're saying the same thing. It's like every side is saying the same thing, depending on even what their belief system is. They're saying the same thing. This one is better than that one. This is the real one. That is the fake one. But really, nobody knows because all of it is true and false at the same time. At the same time, let's see. I don't think any of us said, I don't think any of us should drink alcohol unless it's wine, period, because alcohol is poison, but at least the wine is natural poison straight from fruits or grains, etc. And okay, now see what I'm saying? Hey, see what I'm saying? See what I said? This is what I'm saying though, right there, awoken one. That is what I'm saying about our beliefs, our ideas. You feel me? Our ideas of things. But you can have people that, like, I knew alcoholics that drunk all the way up until they was like 90 years old, 100 years old. Like, for some people, it's not good. Like, for some people, drinking wine might knock them off. They might get addicted to wine and be done in by the time they 30. You feel me? But it goes all different ways. So the same way you think it work on one thing is the same way it work on the other thing. It go all different ways. That's the crazy thing. But I think our ideas of everything is what throws everything off. It be our ideas of life, the do's and the don'ts that we make up as we go. Because we'll say this is not right, that's not right, but it's somebody out there doing it. And it's somebody out there that's been doing it their whole life. And it didn't do nothing to them. But some people, it don't work on. Because alcohol can be this, but aspirin can be the same thing. Like, have you ever seen people that got hooked on aspirin or hooked on certain pharmaceutical drugs that really take them like all the time, eat like 10 pills and chew them up? You feel me? Like you say, alcohol withdrawals can kill you. Same with Xanax, but those are the only few drugs that withdrawal can kill you just by not drinking. You're not gonna die from weed or shroom withdrawal. Some people have. Hey, some people have. I'm just saying, some people have. But I don't know. I just always think either way it go all different ways, bro. We just got our own ideas about life. We got our own ideas, and then once we stick to those ideas, that become our prison, our prism. You feel me? Once we put all these things in the box, that's the one thing that we begin to believe, and it circle our life around it. But in a sense, that's just us. That's just what we believe, and it's like it's kind of crazy, bro. You just gotta kind of watch what you build, because it's always the you that you think you are that is making all these decisions, saying this and saying that. But you need to go back and check who that you is. Is that you actually you, or is that you idea that you got from somebody a long time ago? Or is that yours? Is that something that nobody told you about? You never heard about it and you came to that conclusion. No, everything that we believe that we make so, once we heard it somewhere else, we made it ours and we kept it. And it's like, boom, you feel me? I feel like dumbass too. It literally takes one good beer for me. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. Sometimes I chill with my girl. I like to have a drink, and then like when I'm shrooming, like sometimes I like to drink when I'm off shrooms, bro. I don't like not to drink when I'm off shrooms. It's just for me. Like I said, it's not for everybody. Cause for everybody, people can barely handle psychedelics in they self. So for you to call one thing, you see the spirits off psychedelics and then you drinking spirits, a lot of people is not for you. A lot of people can't handle alcohol in itself. So think about that. When you mix the two spirits, a lot of people can't take it. You feel me? Because like I said again, it's a mind thing. You already trapped yourself with your thoughts. You already trapped yourself with your beliefs. That's how come we don't do a lot of different things that are done in life, because we already built a wall around a lot of different things. And like I had did that before with the psychedelics, even to the point to where when I first started taking drinks with the psychedelics, I didn't like it. I was like, man, this ain't right. You feel me? It's the wrong thing to do. It's spiritual and it's all this. And life is spiritual. Everything is spirit. It's nothing outside of spirit. So me, over time, understanding myself and learning myself, I was able to get past a lot of my ideas that I had created for myself. That's me. Everybody, I'm just saying, bro, it's not for everybody though. He said, but I need psychedelics to make beats. I'm not hating or shaming or telling anyone what to do. I'm just saying. No, that's what we all doing. That's what we all supposed to do, awoken one. That's what we all supposed to do. But that's what we do. That's what we do. These thoughts come up and they say this, or the thoughts come up and they say that. But I'll say it again, bro. Who are the thoughts coming from? Where are they coming from? Like, that's the one thing that the psychedelics show you that I think is a beautiful thing, is the fact that you actually see where every thought you have came from and who gave it to you by the time you got here. Like, that's the one thing that I was able to see and really understand, that boom, you feel me? A lot of my thoughts, I didn't come up with them. You feel me? And the belief systems that I made as I went on, it was because of shit I learned from these over here. Many Catholics drank alcohol with psychedelics and in it, whether they knew it or due to improper fermentation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like a lot of the shamans did it too. It was something that they did a long time ago. But like I said, it's not for everybody. Like, psychedelics not for everybody. Alcohol is not for everybody. Everybody can't even handle their alcohol. Everybody can't even handle their mushrooms. So it's like trying to handle them both, it's probably just not for a lot of people. It's not for a lot of people, you know, because some people drink alcohol and they get fucking crazy. You feel me? They kind of lose themselves. And like, you know, I ain't no belligerent drinker, like to where I want to beat shit up and, you know, tear stuff up. And then I'm not, no, when I take mushrooms, I'm not belligerent person off mushrooms at the same time. So it's like like I said, when I mix them together, it enhances the alcohol enhances the mushrooms for me. For me, I'm not telling nobody go out there and do it. Don't go do this. You feel me? It's this. I recommend you don't do it. Does the messenger come here anymore? If he do, he use a different name. If he do, he use a different name. But I'm about to. But yeah, Woken One, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy because it's almost like you saying, "I'm gonna go be a lawyer," and you go and you be a lawyer, and you tell me about being a lawyer, and I go, "Oh shit, I can do that too," and I go and I try, and it don't work for me. You feel me? And I gotta do some. I gotta be a deputy in the court or something. You feel me? I gotta do some other bullshit because I can't be. You know, everything is not for everybody. If it was, then everybody would be doing the same thing. Everybody would be a lawyer. Everybody would be a judge. Everybody would be this. Everybody would be a doctor. But everybody, it's not like that. The world is not set up like that. So it's not just like that with jobs and shit like that. It's the same with, you know, these things over here. Like you have people, like I know people that take fucking Vicodin every day. Like, you know, eat them five, like I said, 5, 6 pills at a time. Everybody can't do that. I take one Vicodin, bro. I be knocked out. One Vicodin will knock me out. I'll be toe up all day off one Vicodin if I take it. So I never would take them, but I see other people that take them, and you know they, like I said, they take 5, 6, 7 at a time, like it's nothing, and chew them up, and it's like, you know, I'm scratching my head like I could never do that. Or you know, I see certain people that I know that drink every day, or drink from early in the morning all the way to the end of nighttime. Like I can't do that no more. That's not. I don't even drink in the daytime. I can't even drink in the daytime, bro. The last time I drunk in the daytime or really tried to drink in the daytime is when we had the meetups. That's it. Other than that, like I can't drink in the daytime. It's not something that I even do. He said I love the Vikes. Not me, bro. I can't stand Viking. Like you, bro. If I get a headache, like I've never been a pain pill taker. Like I don't care if I get a bad headache, bro. I ride it through. I do not take pain pills at all. Like in my life, I can count on both hands how many times I took pain pills. Like I've never been a pain pill taker for some reason. He said my go-to is pain pills. He said perks are better. I've never had a perk. I don't even know what a perk look like. You feel me? I heard perk songs and everything, and I be singing them, and I still don't know what a perk look like. Like I never even seen one, so I don't even know, bro. He said, but I don't take them for real. Man, you know what's crazy, bro? What's crazy is you know I don't know. Let's see. I'm thinking of microdosing for ACO. Oh man, yeah, for ACO is some next level, bro. I don't. Can you? Did I microdose for ACO at one time? Nah, I never did. I just went in every day on that shit. That 4-ACO is not no joke. I drank alcohol with 4-ACO though. That's the I was that's the time I see. Oh my God, I seen a lot of stuff. I ain't saying don't do it though. Don't try it. Like you feel me? That's my go to. Like I drunk Patron with 4-ACO, bro. That shit enhanced my experience like a motherfucker. Like it had me tripping like for real for like 12 hours, 10 hours. It seemed like. And that's the crazy thing because like when I drink and I do mushrooms and I drink, bro, my experience lasts longer. It seemed like it lasts forever. It seemed like it lasts forever. And like I barely got out of like diving in and being able to talk on the lives or talk on Discord because I used to wouldn't do that. I'll just go lay down. But I think I done had so many experiences to the point to where I don't like to do that no more. I like kind of like to be present with everybody and talking. Even though at times when I like be real tripping real hard, like I don't even really be able to talk. Yeah, I be feeling like I'm mentally you know, the R word at times. I ain't even gonna lie. The words can't even come out. But I'm about to open the Discord, bro. I'm about to open the Discord because I gotta take a quick restroom break. What's up, my Shiva? My Sun Tzu. It's Sun Tzu and Blue Flame. What's up,
Uh,
Sun Tzu?
King.
Oh, same
Yeah,
old, man. What was that experience like the other night?
you already know.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was just giving us the removing the layers, bro. That's it. That
oh
was what
yeah,
was under the yeah,
yeah. That's what I
for
was.
real.
That's what I was just talking about, the layers that we create of the personalized you that doesn't even really exist, but you then made you, so you feel me. You think that you
No, it's
are.
not that this is just that you're the only thing that exists to yourself.
Yeah.
So if you better you say so, and then you could say there is no self, but there is a self that you're projecting in this world, or you're witnessing this body doing its thing that it's not doing. You're just playing out a story. You're just giving it using the language, and we
O-
just, mimicking,
Okay.
matching it up. So
So who is that you that be talking in your mind all the time?
there is no such thing as talking. That's the thing. So that's why your question is the wrong question. So that's why it leave you in a circle. Everything is chasing the tail. So you got you saying who's talking, but there's no such thing as talking. Silence is the only thing that's talking. It's just vibration, you know?
Yeah.
And we thinking we have a whole bunch of faces, and we say things with picturing things inside of the head and trying to form stories. Same shit with the words.
And it goes on
Bottom
and
line,
on.
yeah. That's why life is meditation. You sit down and you just let that presence that remains ever since the beginning of time, and you let that expand. And there's no more question because everything is silence. If we stop speaking right now, if we remove the language, what's going to happen?
Nothing.
Right. So
Nothing.
language doing its own thing.
He said I've had
You know what
spiritual
I mean?
experiences on alcohol, like the oneness. Yeah. Okay, look, this what I started the live about alcohol and psychedelics. What you think about that? About have you ever drunk alcohol and took mushrooms?
Yeah, I wanted to just get me more hyper.
What you mean?
Whereas the more hype, I can't really explain it because I don't do that often. That probably happened to me one time. Hennessy and mushrooms. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I drunk the dose, that's what I used to always drink with the mushrooms with dose. They like that dose. They didn't like the wine. Like I did the burgundy wine, the purple shit. They did not like that shit for some reason. Like I did not have no good experience. Once I threw up all the that burgundy wine I was drinking, it was like boom,
Was
the trip kicked in.
oh yeah.
Yeah, the
When I
trip kicked
throw up,
right in.
oh,
But I don't know. That's been like, that's one of my things, bro. That's like now, like if like even if I sit back and I just like have a drink with my girl, I can't help it but take some shrooms. Like
true.
the alcohol always
Naturally.
leads to me just taking shrooms. Okay, I don't know why, but for some reason, That's what it does now. But
Yeah.
you know what it was? I think it was Sun Tzu is the alcohol. It takes away it like every time. One thing that I noticed is the alcohol took away all the scariness that I was feeling. Like all those stop
Okay.
signs that I had, like it was gone.
Yeah. So you just jump off the edge right there and start flying.
Basically, basically. Oh, Justin said, imagine if you could listen to everybody on Earth right now, it would be billions of people talking at once. You know what's funny?
Ain't
I
saying shit.
ain't saying shit, but I feel like that's what it is already. That's what it is already. Everybody is saying the same thing, but they don't know it. He said, "Why?
Because
It ain't much what."
ain't much you can say, you know. When outside is what determines the day, is what determines what you say. You can't. It ain't much you can say. That's why people like us end up doing this. You know. So
Man,
this is, yeah.
yes, I.
Because soon as you step out there, you recognize, oh, look at this shit. This is basic mathematics. You see me? So it don't even make. You just do it for fun. You teach people how to add simple multiplication and division and subtraction. Yeah.
Yeah. He said can't drink too much beer before shrooms. They'll really kick your ass after a six pack, some craft beer. Then eating a little mushrooms made me throw up for hours. Yeah, bro, it's beer. I don't drink beer. He said, fuck my stomach up so bad. I bet you it did. Don't be doing that shit, Snell Horseplay. I told you, man. It's look, man. The deep shit is only for the true shamans. Nah, I'm just playing. I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to say that because I don't even know what a shaman is nowadays. I ain't even gonna hold you. I don't even know what a shaman is. Sometimes I feel like
Or some
everybody a shaman.
somebody else selling game.
Just somebody,
Some
and
way.
that, bro, that's what I was seeing when I was watching the Genghis Kong. It had me tripping out because that's what they used to do. They used to go to the shaman and ask the
Yeah.
shaman, but a lot of the things that the shaman wanted them to do and stuff was pertaining to something that was gonna help them out.
Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a win-win, it's all good. If this is something you need and the shaman could provide it for you, I didn't. As long as he ain't tell you to worship him or the shaman thing, it's the same thing with language. Take the titles off the shit,
Yeah,
and then it'll look
exactly,
different. Yeah,
exactly,
it's the word. Go back to the words, man. The
exactly.
titles.
Because you really gonna believe what you need to believe in order to help you, or to make you feel better about life, or go through life, which is the wildest thing.
Yeah.
And then if it don't rock your boat, then you're gonna
The
campaign
thing
against it.
why the reason why everybody fall for this special thing, right? Like shaman and these titles is because this thing we call nothing, that's everything. It is special, and that's what you are. That's what each individual that think they somebody is. So when they
Yeah,
so they just trying to be special because they feel that spark within them, but they trying too hard. If it's already you ain't gotta try, because then you're gonna compare, you're gonna start comparing because you're trying to reach something. And then you
yeah.
start comparing the people, and then you know what happened.
I I be
Yeah.
thinking I be thinking everybody is more fascinated by what we would call the afterlife. It's like almost that's what they're selling. They're selling the afterlife or a life after this.
They delaying telling them. They're selling it by delaying telling it the truth. Like, hey, this is the afterlife.
Yeah.
Like instead of telling people the truth, they just tell them a story. Like, all right, you got to do this and you got to do that. Just to be dead. You feel me? Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
just to,
for
in the end, said that, or you gotta do this, but you're gonna come back to life. You just gotta go to this journey, this travel. Just tell the person you're dead, and you ain't got to do none of that. And you show them, hey, look, you're dead. But see, if this was dead, this is the worst it can be. What's there to be mad about?
Yeah,
Everything is a blessing. Every day is a joy, it's something to give thanks for. So what you're looking for, what you're seeking is the unknown. But this is the unknown. This
this is
present
the
moment.
unknown.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right here, right.
exactly.
You are the unknown. If you want to follow a language or follow superior yourself, then I guess you're not unknown. You're following something that's known. You just got to be yourself.
Exactly. Justin Boyle said this guest is making a lot of sense. Without language, we wouldn't even have words in our head to think. And
Mhm.
the words
That's
is what's
exactly that's.
creating the
Hey,
ideas. Well, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Sun Tzu. I got to use the restroom real
no, that's
fast.
what I was saying. Without exactly what that person just said, without the language, what are you thinking? So that's why I'm trying to tell you there is no such thing as movement. There's nothing moving. Soon as you take out the language, you're gonna end up getting to the point where you realize what these motherfuckers talking about. Nothing is moving, and all this shit. Yeah, because the story can't keep playing when you take the words out of it. The words is what power and what's fueling the movie. You got to see things for what it is. Just remove the words. It's not a cup. Yeah. Okay. Where you at? Yo, yo.
Hey, so Sun Tzu. Sun Tzu.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So, is one language, is any language better than another?
No, it's the same thing, but there is some language that you're not aware of. So if you're talking about language, we got to talk about the basic languages that we're all aware of. That's what I'm referring to. The known languages,
So,
the
why do.
stuff that they languages that's created to keep us in a trance, so they could know because they already know the dance.
Yeah.
Just watch how you move. That's why they got body language.
That's why the words is the words that they are.
Yeah,
But
it's just yeah,
but that's crazy, bro. That is crazy.
it's great. Hey man, it is what it is. You could use it for your own benefit if you want, but we don't play games, so we don't.
Yeah, we don't. That's what we don't do. That's what I think. That's the. But I think that's something that we decide not to do. That's something that we decide not to do. We programmed ourselves not to play the games.
Right. Because we can't believe it's a game until we see it's a game. So, do you want to play? You want to remain the same type of thing. But then you realize that's another word game again. Again? What's again? Again?
Yeah, yeah.
And gain. There's no such thing as next. That's
You,
a word.
okay, so what do you think about people expecting the words to always make sense?
What do I think about people trying to the words make sense? I don't think about people trying to make to see if the words make sense. That's how you do it. Because that's a bunch of people trying to see. Just look at people looking at words on a piece of paper trying to see if it makes sense. That's what you're asking me. You
Yeah,
get it?
yeah, yeah.
So no, it don't make sense. It's just pretense. You know, crazy.
Because it'd be a lot of words, a lot of things being spoken,
I
and
pretty much remember they sent us to school though. They drilled it in us. It ain't like it's something that we all just born stupid. They made us stupid. You feel me?
yeah.
You feel me? So I'm not saying it's not your fault. Why you think you kind of got it like you know. I like to go left instead of right, so I gotta figure it. So I figured it out. You feel me?
Hey, so
Yeah.
okay, so where did the you that is you come from?
The you that is you come from, that's right. It's everything that's not undone, and that's done. You know, we're here before the language, before the body. You formed it before you came, and you was in the wall and everything. As electricity, as whatever, as everything. You know, you formulate it, and you come in just like a DMT trip. It's the same shit. DMT trip is like them saying you're born again, and you know, same thing. Find
That's
yourself in this.
that's wild because that's what I was thinking about last night with the thoughts. Is like and the ideas and shit. They constantly born again. They constantly recreating and regenerating themselves. Like when you
Yeah,
be sitting there and then you have just questions just go through your head. Like if you taking a shower or something and you have like 1,000 questions go through your head, asking you stuff, saying stuff to you. Where are those
yeah.
thoughts actually coming from? And whose are they?
Oh,
Are
that's
they
what
yours?
I was gonna say. That ain't even you. That's what I was gonna say. You know, it's just on play. It's in the ear. It's already there. Is what I'm telling you. It's language. It's within the language, and you know how to put words together. So it's always on play. So it depends what frequency you tune into the story you're picking up. So if you go to a different neighborhood, you receive different information. You know, wherever you go, that's just what it is. It's just reception. And, you know,
And then you try to
bullshit.
you identify with it and make it yours though over time, depending on what it is.
You
Well,
think you
all of
do,
it
you
you
know.
do. Yeah.
That's what that's what we think we do. We waste our times think we're doing something, but we're not. So yeah,
That's why I
that's
was.
just what happened.
Yeah, because the you that is you does not exist. But I think that's something that nobody wants to accept, man.
Yeah, because you don't really you got to explain it clearer to them when you say the you that is you don't exist. You know, that's probably where they fumble in the ball. They can't figure out what that you is.
that that shit do make you laugh because, hey, it was something that I dove into. Like I was just thinking about it last night, and I was like thinking of me and the me that I said is me or my you, and my you is keep asking questions and keep explaining
Hey,
shit.
listen. Language, if you really break it down, it's just making a joke on you. It's like a little kid did it, and it's just laughing at you. If you really sit down and listen to everything you're saying and break it down to yourself, you'll see that you're making yourself, trying to remind you of what you actually are. Yeah, the more you sit down with attention and you read between the lines of what you just said, you'll see the message you left within what you just said for yourself. Yeah, man.
the
Ain't
language not
nobody else but
the language not even you.
right? But it's using itself to represent itself. As you know, you could say you're AI. You know, you could say this is the future playing itself, and it's already here.
And it's helping you to build the you
It
that you
ain't helping
think you are.
nobody.
Well, yeah, it's not
Waiting,
helping, but
waiting on you to realize, you know, like self-realization. What these the Buddha, the yogi people do, self-realization that you are not the body. Yeah,
yeah,
you are the intelligence, artificial intelligence, language. Yeah, man.
you're not the body and
Yeah.
you are not the mind.
You can't. There is no mind. There is no mind. There's nothing you could find. Anything you think you could find, it don't exist. Language. Yeah,
But when you think about it, though, right? Okay, when we make things exist, right? We
how
we want them
we
to exist forever. It's like
here,
it's almost like the body. Like we don't want the body to die, and we don't want our ideas and our beliefs to die.
right? Everybody trying to say something like when they bury the pharaohs with all the jewelry and all this, all these things. So we are just the modern day people trying to save the flesh instead of the gold stuff because we ain't got it.
That's
They
it.
was cool with hey, they was cool with dying. They was cool with their flesh going. They just wanted the jewels. We ain't got none, so we just trying to save the bones and shit. Like, yeah, no, my bones. Yeah. That shit hold some weight.
It should hold some weight. Hold on, man.
That shit hold some- Hey,
You
man,
know, if I do this and I do that, I will live a lot longer.
yeah, man.
I will
So yeah,
last
where they
longer
are.
in the reality.
So what you think they trying to figure out through this death thing at the end of the day? It all leads to that, right?
Yep.
That's the fear. So that's it's already here. It's already right now. So you might as well give up the seeking whoever. You
Nothing.
know, this is what
The that's what I was just saying. I was saying nothing really lasts except the thoughts and the ideas. They get passed on
I
from
mean.
body to body.
True. What's death, bro? If it's ain't death, oh, you gonna look. If you ain't moving and you ain't doing nothing, no, what's gonna be the difference in that thing? That hmm? If
It's
this ain't it
it's,
already,
it's not gonna be no different. But have you ever?
the only
Did,
this ain't gonna be consistent. This is what's going. You don't know. This is history. This ain't nothing. You ain't gonna even care
this
to.
ain't.
Yeah.
But
But
hey, check
anyway,
this
like I
out
said,
though. Check this out though, Sun
yeah,
Tzu. Had you ever played GTA 5?
yeah,
And have you
yeah.
ever built a character and came back and your character wasn't there?
Dang, that would be a fucked up. No, can't.
You're like, hold on. You go to your kids like, which one of y'all erased my character? You got to start
I
all
think that
over.
happened to me. I think that happened probably twice or three times. Like I jump time. I think we all do it. When you
Yeah,
think it's over and you die, nah, you know what I mean. You just choose a spot, the sweet spot where you think you want to come back and twist up the plot a little bit, and
yeah,
you just hop back in the matrix. That's really what it is. Ain't no such thing as that thing again.
yeah. You just go right back into the matrix, right back.
Yeah,
You like,
because there's no matrix. That's you. It's your dream, bro. Ain't nobody else but you in it. I ain't here, bro. I'm already there. Wherever that.
wherever there is, because there is no there. There ain't even there.
It's all smoke, bro. It's all thin air.
He said it's all smoke and mirrors. But hey,
Um,
I think that's why it's so easy to come up with different belief systems. You
it's
feel me?
easy because that's why you can sell salt to a slugger. That's why we could change the whole game right now because this is the truth. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Snail Horseplay. He said GTA 6 gonna be the best game to play on mushrooms.
Yeah. And
Hey, you can sell salt to a slug, and it's gonna accept it if you say it right. It's
say
gonna
it right.
fizz away.
Exactly.
It's gonna fizz away.
Do the
Like it make me think of a lot of different like religious leaders that came out. Like even dude that made everybody drink the Kool-Aid and he smacked them all off. It's like we have this we have this life, and the one thing that we be trying to escape is death. So being that the body is trying to escape death, it will accept damn near anything that comes its way.
Yeah. So and that's the thing, and that's where you get to see people who they really is. Anyway. That's all made up anyway. But yeah, you're right. Mhm. It's,
What's up with it,
sometimes you
Theo?
don't chance to get into them
What up,
shits.
family?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sometimes we see something that's so miraculous that we just want to put a cover on it, bury it deep, and then it'll sprout up.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's
So
like dealing with that deepest level. It's always there, never left, never began.
I wonder what
No problem.
ancient shamans would think of video games. Oh shit, they would say that's the spirit world.
Oh, we be there all the time, but we use the fractawaska and this other plant. GTA just
That's
figuring out about
exactly
that.
that's exactly what they would say. That's the spirit world. I know the spirit world when I see it. Don't drink
They're like, we've
the
been playing
social
GTA 6
Kool-Aid.
since
We
like
out
way
here.
back in the 30s in the jungle.
Hey Theo. So what do you think about alcohol and taking psychedelics with alcohol?
Well, I'd like to preface this by I'm a bit biased as a cognitive research development artist that dabbles with doses of psychoanalytic substances. So today I took some psychedelics and I drank some vodka after. So proper proprietary blend, preferably for me particularly, I would say depends on what you take. I have more experience with like LSD. But yeah, the mushrooms with a little vodka, that was
I,
trippy.
I drank with LSD.
Yeah.
I drank with
Drinking with
LSD.
psychedelics for me, like I think once you get up to the peak, I like to let the psychedelics do their thing, like fasting the morning of, little meditation, and then be nice and clear. And then once it starts peaking out, ride it for a little while, then do some ganja if I'm gonna do ganja, which will bring it to life more.
Yeah.
And then after a little while, once it kind of settles in, I'll do some little bit of liquor. It seems to like bring the trip to life.
Ain't that something though? Cause like people will do psychedelics with ganja, with weed, and then like go, well, you shouldn't do it with psychedelics. But they'll do it, and like the shamans that take people on the ayahuasca journey, after they get back and stuff, they be sitting back and they be smoking tobacco.
Yeah, but a lot of the shit they say you shouldn't do, a lot of people do it. Rules are meant to be rules, I guess.
Alley Cat said we trying to avoid death by not living fully.
Because
Hey,
it's
for
like to
real.
spend is living and dying the same thing. Like every time you live, you spend a life. That's like dying. It's good.
Man, I think dying is something that we do on a daily, but nobody wants to accept it because we go from like when we so called grow, the
Yeah.
illusion of growth. We kill our old selves off in order to make ourselves anew over and over and over and over. Like that's the
And then
game
there's
that we
different
play.
types of death. There's the part of us that dissolves ourselves until we blossom out
That's
of
the human
ourselves or shed our skin like a snake. And then there's the type of death where like you go, and
Yeah.
you just like spend all your energy like I'm dying no instead of like just sitting, going into it sitting upright in meditation. We'd be like, and then we get the meditation in our dreams if we die the other way, but it's just life either way.
Either way, I was just watching the man. I said ever since I seen life as just being a reflection of the mind. Like, bro, I've been running into hella shit on that, and I'm like going, golly, if you just look it up, you'll see hella shit on just life being this reflection of the mind. Meaning, everybody that, like Sun Tzu said, it's just really just you
Yeah.
and
We
whatever
ain't
that thing
asking
it
no
is.
questions. We ain't asking questions. We ain't guessing. We ain't suggesting. We ain't teaching lessons. This is just
Oh
what it is, Bregin. This
yeah.
ain't Home Alone 3. This ain't Kevin.
Nah,
Yeah.
hey, hey, I'm gonna tell you that's the one thing that I'll be like scared to really get into because I don't want to throw people off. Is the fact that we'll say life is an illusion, but then we'll believe all the things within the illusion.
Yeah, but no, but this is our unlocking and like it's unlocking itself in front of you.
Yeah,
That's the wrong word. It's unfolding in front of you. This is not a magic trick. This is not a snap my fingers like it's some little game. This ain't no game. This is something you sit down and you pay attention and recognize. This is not something that's just dying to be like, hey, you're special. No, you gotta look and figure out that spoon. That's not a spoon in front of you. You know what I mean?
say, hey,
Yeah.
you're special, but don't ain't that what everybody want to hear though? Sazu, what you mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like I ain't playing.
Everybody want to be like, hey, hey, you special, right?
But it's like, what does special mean that other
My
people aren't?
mama
Hold
had
on,
this.
it's
My
like,
mama
it's, like it's dying. Dang, snail horse. Hey, you're special. You special, right?
you know what I mean?
That's why everybody be watching the Chosen One videos. You chosen F. You the chosen one F. You just got a job yesterday and you didn't even have to sign up for it.
111 angel
Yeah,
message. This
the
is
whole
for
point.
chosen one. This video will be deleted in 20 minutes.
In 20
21 minutes.
minutes.
This is for
Hurry up
you.
and
You are
watch.
Christ's chosen fractal disciple.
He
This
said,
message has been started out of God.
you know you chosen if that burger you ate yesterday was 100% beef.
And then it's like Tom Cruise
Nah,
on
if
a
it was
cliffside.
vegan,
Like, this video will just explode in 7 seconds. Like, who is making this?
Who is making this
God
shit?
for that.
Hey, whoever making it though, I'm
It's the
telling
AI,
you.
bro. Imagine the person who
I
made
think it's the
YouTube,
AI
the
that
CEO of
got
YouTube is
AI
just
going.
AI from the past, time traveling. This shit ain't real, bro. Oh, it's real.
It's
just not
real.
enough.
It's real as hell. What was
Oh,
you gonna
it's
say,
so real
Sanzu?
that yeah, what was you gonna say?
Saying it's helping a lot of people though,
Yeah.
because instead of some people getting a slap in the face, I rather them listen to something that's leading them nowhere, as long as they paying attention to something.
Yeah, to something. No, that's the one thing that I seen on psychedelics that fucked me up was the fact that even the holidays, it was like we know the holidays ain't real, but it was something that people could share together and it made them be together. So it's like a lot of people needed these holidays in order to be. You feel me? They needed birthdays, they needed Christmas, they needed Easter and Halloween, and they needed these things
It's
because
like when the little girls used to play Dolly
chosen to be
House.
nobody who thinks he's somebody. Huh?
When you was a young and the little girls used to play Dolly House with the little toy dolls,
Yeah.
Ken doll. Like that's what's going on here, and you put a story to it and you build the thing up. You know, that's all that's happening. Ain't nothing to take
Ain't
serious. We
that
take
some
it serious, let's start and die early.
so okay, all right. Think about this though. Who taught them how to play house and what house was?
Well, the Bible said, well, according to the Bible, they claim some aliens or Nephilims and all that stuff came down here, but it just came down here just like how we freestyling right now. It
Eggs.
just came with, and your brain put it together, and and this and that, all types of mathematics. Not even the brain, my bad. You know, so it ain't even have to be somebody came. It's only you. So how somebody gonna fucking come down here and tell you something?
That's true. That's true, Black Skin. Chosen to be a nobody who thinks he's a somebody. Exactly. Exactly. Because once you make yourself somebody, you somebody. Okay? To you. And then when somebody tell you you ain't nobody, you walk up to them and you be like, "What you mean you don't know me?"
Don't you owe me?
Don't you owe me? Like, what you mean you don't know me, bro? Like, I was the one that was with NPC. I was with Black Skin on the what's the name?
I was the man who told Noah about the floods.
Ain't that some shit, bro? That's the game we play.
I was
It's-
at the fucking basketball game when Michael Jordan fucking dunked at one time.
Already figured it out with the whole psychedelic thing. Tar said, do you think the mystics, Buddhism, ancient religions, etc., kind of already figured it out with the whole psychedelic thing?
Oh, they were
What's
on meth for sure.
ask them what's it?
Ask them what?
I think
What's
they
it? Figure it out. What's the it?
Yeah. What's the
Yeah,
it?
what are they trying to do?
This,
Once you know the it, then you don't have to do the
Oh,
figuring. That's the fucked up part.
nah,
this.
The it
they
is
didn't
the
figure it out.
it.
They just figured out that they already dead.
Yeah, once they figured it out, they started to distribute it in fractals. You feel me? They couldn't tell you that
Yeah.
it wasn't it. They could only tell you, in order to get it, this is what you got to do.
Yeah, then you start getting it.
And then after that, you just be running for it for your whole life. For it.
Then you're like, you got to do it same way. Like you're almost using that same like jet stream propulsion as if you were looking for it without seeking. It's like you're just gyrating in
You
this
just read
life.
some books and still ain't learned
Yeah,
nothing.
for
They
real. He said, I think the word already tells you you ain't shit.
But I think like anything we're looking for, we forget everything is it. Like Sun Tzu was just, it's like everything is what it is. So if we get it or not, we are it. We'll remember.
Yeah, it
You can't
reminds me
reach
of,
up to it because you're reaching down. You are it.
hey
True life
Theo, it reminds me of when we had the meetup and when Rob took the DMT and he was like, and he was seeing all this shit and he said, "What the fuck?" And then something came out and said, "You the fuck."
Yeah. Just a spirit pops out. Who the fuck? And
Yeah,
runs
you
away.
the fuck. You didn't know, but what you say, Sun Tzu?
gonna say you're gonna realize that at the end of your life, just pay attention to the words, the language. It's gonna talk yourself out of everything that you just said. It's gonna leave you at a blank point, like we didn't even have a conversation. Like, yeah, well,
Mm-mm,
I'm gonna
mm-mm.
Matrix and the same shit, man.
Nah,
That's
it always do that. You always kind of go back to reality, but still, I'll be looking at it like this shit ain't what it say it is. I ain't gonna never stop looking at it like it ain't shit.
no what I'm saying. Like we don't all these things, these lives and all this stuff you're doing. I hope they registering that they ain't gonna register shit.
Hey, nah, it registers. I just what's the name, bro? I just jump in the like when I jump in the game, Sun Tzu. I ain't gonna lie, it's like I'm playing literally playing GTA. You feel me? When I go into that city, I'm acting like them in that. When in Rome, do as the Romans. Okay, you feel me? Like that's it, and that's how I talk to people. I learn them by the way they speak, and I speak to them how they speak. Because if I speak like this, they're not gonna understand me. Cause I had
No,
somebody I was cool with, right? I
the
had
truth
some
is, oh, go ahead, bro.
I had somebody I was like real cool with and we was talking and I got to talking like I talk like this and he told me, he said, you know one thing my grandmother told me? Any man that don't believe in God, get far away from him. And I was like, oh shit, okay. But that's one of the beliefs that's out there. You know, if you don't believe what I believe, then I can't rock with you because you're going to destroy what I believe. That's destroying me. And like I said, people thoughts, they don't want their thoughts or ideas to die. They want to stay with the ideas they have, which is kind of cool to live in.
But it's not about telling somebody that there is no God.
No, it's not. It's not.
So what are we saying? Because everything is that. There's no separation, and it's not a
Yeah.
one or anything. They need
Yeah.
to figure the difference between me and you, and then they could try to get something. That's the main malfunction.
Like that's the one thing that I always say is like everything is God, but it's like, that's the one that's the thing that the a godly person can't see. It's like, nah, hold on, that person over there that did all this is that can't be God. And it's like,
I guess that's why we say
okay.
there is no God. It's like the person who says there is a God usually says other stuff is not God. That makes a separation between God and not God. So we say there's no God because it's like sometimes people's awareness filters back to the idea of God being like a pot at a pottery workshop, making
You
up
know,
everything.
Making
yo,
pots.
hey,
Huh.
true life. I'll tell you the truth, bro. You see, you see the reason why they have that fear, bro. Because I ain't gonna sit here and play around with their thing. The reason they got that fear, bro. When you remember your story, when you remember the classroom you was in with the birds, and you remember the teacher being a bird, then you will realize that this God thing is not something to play around with. That's why they kind of have that fear. So it's not,
No,
we'll be like so he don't really play.
no, I don't. Yeah, and like I don't speak on it because when I speak on it, people take it
Meaning,
that they take it like
no,
I'm
meaning,
saying I don't believe in
no,
God, and
no,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I
meaning
don't
you
believe in
don't
the
really
God
play.
you believe in.
Meaning you don't really play. Because there's a
Exactly.
point, there's side of you that don't play. You understand me? So even though you hear you kiki ah, and that's not really what it is. This is this, So that's why I'm saying you can't really underestimate that part of you that is,
No,
that
that
always.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
always is. I know that part.
But
That's
I
why I
think
believe that's why that's why I believe in every God. Okay? I don't just believe in just one God. I believe in your God too. I,
I
I
don't
don't
have
know who
nothing
your
like
God
that.
is. I'm not saying you, but I'm just saying
And
that's
like I ain't
it's like
conflicted,
have you
you know.
ever have you ever
And
ran into somebody and they start talking to you and all they speak is Spanish?
yeah,
And then when you talk to them, you speak a little Spanish back.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So when people come to me and they speak about they God, I know they God. So I can speak to them of their God or from their understanding of their God. I'm not telling them that their God isn't real because I feel
Of
like
course.
everybody's God is actually real to the, even if it is just to them.
Right, right.
Because the God is
But
the same God. It's they not separated.
so you mean just for the sake of not trying to put nobody in no specific place, just letting them be is what you're saying.
No, no, I'm saying every God is the same God. It doesn't matter what
Oh,
name you put on it.
so you just allow them to call it whatever they want to call it. I got you. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Exactly. Because every God is the same God. And everybody's like, nah, that's not possible. And it's like, okay, you know, but all right, you know, that I, and you know, like I said, my belief is
That's where the
outside of a lot of
language
shit.
come in again. Oh, it's the language again, bro. It's the words again.
Yeah,
Fucking
still their
around.
idea of God. He said, we will all stand before God. All have is our voice, whether it's through art, music, etc. One voice, our song, our story to tell before God. And that's crazy. Like that's the one thing. That's one thing that I experienced is like as you going and you're telling your story and you living your story, you're judging your story at the same time. You doing all those things that we say God does, we do it in one aspect. That's how come you can do some shit wrong today and wake up tomorrow and go, man, I shouldn't have did that. That was wrong. And sometimes you know it was wrong and you just move on from it because we constantly judging ourselves and we constantly doing that thing that all these things that we say are doing because
And the truth is, you couldn't have changed that. You just witnessed that.
exactly you couldn't. Hell no to mixing, but honestly it makes things more intense. Everybody, he said alcohol kind of kills the psychedelic feeling of psychs. Nah, yeah, for some people, bro, I'm gonna tell you, for some people it does, but not for everybody. He said it makes it feel less magical. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so because the for me mixing like when I drink at times and I take psychedelics, say if one of those days I just don't take no mushrooms and I just drink. Like I literally have a psychedelic experience with just the alcohol itself. Like okay, think about this. People even said that with marijuana. Like you'll smoke while you doing mushrooms or whatever, and then those times where you smoke where you don't do mushrooms, you'll still get those same feelings because those feelings is there. Those places is there. See, what we don't realize is a lot of these things is happening within us. They always been there. We use other things in order to get, you know, to feel them or in order to visit them. So it's like, I don't know, every time like if I have a drink without taking mushrooms, it'll be like my mushroom trip is about to kick in. He said, but weed is a psychedelic and alcohol is a spirit. And what are you doing on psychedelics? You're visiting the so-called spirit world, right? What's the difference? Like what's the difference? Like it's wild, bro. It's wild. Cause you know, I okay, near death experiences. Like near death experiences, they're going into that same world that we go into on psychedelics, which is crazy. Nobody wants to even say that. Is the fact that you're going into that same place. Now, psychedelics take you away from a lot of what this is. And I think that's why, you get a lot of people that are like intense alcoholics, because it does the same thing. It takes you away from what this is. It takes you to that other whatever that is. You feel me? Oh, you think that psychedelics have the ability to program people like TV, DMT? It has subliminals, and you program subconsciousness. I think so. I think everything has a way of programming you to be a certain way, because that's the one thing I started to learn about the psychedelic community, because even within the psychedelic community, you have a lot of do's and don'ts. You have a lot of ways that you should be and you shouldn't be. Like me, a lot of people don't even look at me like I use psychedelics or I was a psychedelic user, because the way that I am. And it's like, you feel me? So I think with a lot of things, like a Christian knows a Christian, a Muslim knows a Muslim, a psychedelic user knows a psychedelic user. So if you have a Christian that believes in Buddhism and other things, they would kind of be pushed away. They'll be pushed out of that area of what that is. So like that's what I be feeling sometimes about myself, is because I have a different understanding when it comes to psychedelics, because I didn't dive in and just believe what I was being told from everybody else with the psychedelic experience. And that's what a lot of us usually do. And it builds up this is what it should be, because that's what you was already told. That's why we listen to Terrence McKenna. That's why we listen to all the psychedelic users, because they were giving us their interpretation of what psychedelics supposed to do, what you're supposed to do with them, and all these different things. And that's what we followed. And when you dive in on psychedelics and you go into your subconscious mind, these are the things that come up. That's why you go, oh, I'm not supposed to do this on psychedelics. I'm not supposed to do that. And like, I went against all those things. And I still dove in. Like you supposed to, your mind's supposed to be right, and it's supposed to be like this. I went against all those different things. And I showed myself, and I seen for myself. I didn't need nobody to tell me any fucking thing. You feel me? I could have followed all those things, and then right now I'd be like Psych Substance or somebody. But everybody that you know that was diving in on psychedelics had fucking mental problems. We're still going through stuff in life because they were presenting a picture that was the picture you wanted to see. See, I don't do that. I talk about things and I give you what you want to hear, but I let you see myself also. I let you see me. I don't go with the narrative of the story that was created for psychedelics. And that's what everybody does.
Yeah.
They play the
It's
narrative.
romanticized.
Exactly.
They'd be like, I'm healing. Like, I'm healing is so nice.
Yeah, I'm healing. Look at me. I'm doing this. And
And
you
like,
know.
oh, God, I crashed again. But this
What's up,
time it's
Dave?
so nice again.
Yeah.
though.
I was hooked on ketamine for a minute, but I'm back. I lost my wife, I lost my family, and you feel me? It's like, come on now, bro. If psychedelics was doing all these things, bro, I'm telling you, you wouldn't see the variety of people that's using them. It's almost
There's
like
different things mixed in.
yeah,
Like, if
everything.
somebody always does like party drugs and shit, then they do psychedelics, get ultimate bliss. Sometimes it's hard to come back to reality. Like, is this just normal? And there's meditation and yoga and stuff, but some people just like, they got that quick entry, and then it's like, fuck. Then their old habit of always picking up something, trying to attach, because that true nature of bliss, they trying to ground it into something and find a way to conjure it, something to look forward to, and it's just like a carrot on a stick in front of us.
Exactly, bro. And I said over and over again, bro, you building the steps that you need to build in order to get where you think you need to be. Like you building them. What's up with it though, Dave?
How you
Yeah,
doing,
you're
brother?
right, everyone. How you doing?
We doing good.
You all right?
Yeah, we all right,
Yeah.
man. How you? Oh, okay. Hold on, Dave. Yeah, go ahead and talk.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. But I gotta ask you the question too.
Yeah. What's the question? Oh, he said he needs to go. But how you lot been doing? How's everyone been doing? Been all right?
Yeah, brother, been all right, chilling. Just took a little journey
Yeah.
today. Little
How
psychedelic
is it?
travel.
How
It
was
was
it?
good, bro. It was dope. I was out at the in the forest, beautiful weather, playing some
Oh
guitar.
yeah.
It was good, bro.
Oh yeah, that's nice. You know, I've done it outside in the garden, but I've never did it in a forest. That's what I wanted to do today. I wanted to go and have like a
My
little
favorite
experience
thing.
in the forest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love the forest, and just nature in general. I love going to where no find you, where you can just get a little like nature spot and go through the heaviest part of
Yeah.
the come up, just or of the peak, just right there. It's so nice,
Oh yeah.
and then kind
But
of go
that's
back into society after that. It's fun.
yeah. What did you do? A mushroom?
Who?
I tried a compound. Albert Hoffman made it. It's called 4-HODET.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
I looked into it before I tried it. I was skeptical of it. I was like, I tried some the other day, and it was like it feels kind of like mushrooms, but almost
What's
in the
that, like
headspace
King
with
Rye?
LSD, like really clear. But it's like a
Oh, I
similar duration
see.
to mushrooms. It was trippy. It was
And
pretty
it don't
Oh, I
visual.
last.
So
see. Yeah.
It don't last as long, huh?
yeah, it was pretty short. Like I'm still glowing, but
Yeah.
I feel like the afterglow with LSD and mushrooms is a little more like this one, the actual like trip kind of cut off a while ago, but it's still glowing for sure. It
Yeah,
was
that's
pretty
how it was.
short though. It was like
That's how it
4
was when I
hours.
did it. That's how it was when I did it. It didn't last as long.
Did you? Are you talking about 4-ACO?
No, the DET.
Oh, you did the DET too?
Yeah, I did that before, like a few
Where'd you
times.
get that one from?
I forgot. I forgot where I got it from.
It was the 4-HO.
Yeah, the 4-HO DET.
Yeah, bro, that's trippy. And I looked into it. It's an Albert Hoffman synthesized it.
Yeah, anything Albert Hoffman touch,
Yeah.
I fucks with. People be like,
Yeah, bro. I'm still waiting on the new one to come out. And we love
but
drugs.
that
We
glow,
love Albert Hoffman.
yeah, it's like that glow just lasts like for like a week. It seemed like
Yeah, bro.
it lasts for a minute. It just don't go
But
away.
I've been doing. Yeah, it's hard to tell what's going on sometimes, where anything is coming from anymore. Everything's just like empty.
Yeah, but I want to ask Dave. Dave, have you ever took mushrooms and drank alcohol?
No, I have one time because I made them tinctures with the alcohol
Yeah.
where you soak the mushrooms in the alcohol and then you have it like that. I've had it like that before, but I'm not really a drinker. I don't really drink alcohol that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is
I
what?
that
like
the
to
same
do
thing you're
this.
saying?
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
No, I was gonna say what you were saying is the same thing. I've never listened to Terence McKenna, not even once. Like certain things I ain't listened to because I wanted to get my own perspective on things as well. I'm like that as well. I like to dive in, not really have a lot of expectations or anything what to expect.
Yeah.
So like a lot of things like that. I've only really started to watch like trip reports and things like that recently because I don't want to try and take on anybody's ideas.
Yeah, that's
You
usually
got what
what
I
we
mean?
do. I watched I did like back in the days. I watched a lot of Terrence McKenna, a lot of different stuff. But over time, it just started to kind of fade. Cause I don't want to say that I like I surpassed it. I don't want to say that, but I think I could say I fulfilled it. I'll just say it like that. I fulfilled it. So it was like,
Yeah.
and like I feel like I just took myself. I took myself. Like, well, I ain't even gonna say I took myself because I had a lot of help from from everybody here over time. With a lot, and you know what? I still got Theo, which I haven't. I still got the what's the name Theo, the SpongeBob DMT.
What's that? That underwater stuff?
It's the one that they
That
made from the
dolphin?
sponge.
Oh,
I forgot
I
you
wanted
had
to try
that, bro.
that one.
Yeah,
I'm
I wanted
crazy,
to
still
but I'm
try
got
like,
that.
that.
you had DET? Where'd you get that from? Like, calm down, SpongeBob. But
Yes,
yeah.
calm down.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
ready. You should go in and let us know.
But yeah, I've been in here a
Yeah,
couple
the
times,
five
but I
bromo.
didn't really speak. But
Yeah,
Bromo, that's
go on, sorry.
no,
no,
I
you
said
good.
the DMT, the five bromo.
Oh yeah. I
But
want to tell you something what happened with the mushrooms about a month ago because I haven't really been around because I'll tell you why because about it was a
you
month and
right,
a
Charles.
half ago I went out with my son and I made some mushroom chocolates and I took 2 squares of the chocolate but it was of natalensis and it was strong so when I went out it felt stronger than I thought it was going to be. So I went out and I went to the arcade and all the lights were all shining and everything. And then uh we did a bit of bowling. So I was bowling and it was like when I was bowling, the actual bowling alley was going like 100 miles all the way down. Like it was so far. You got what I'm saying? And I was just sitting in there and I was just thinking. And then when I left, I was at the bus stop with my son
Yeah,
and the spirit started saying my inner self started saying to me like you need to talk to your son as if like say everything you want to say like as if it's the last time you're going to speak to him. So I'm there and I'm speaking to him and I'm telling him because my son's a super risk taker. He's a
yeah,
real risk taker. He's like someone who likes to drive bikes like
yeah,
motorbikes and them type of things. And I was saying to him, like, stop being such a risk taker. You need to relax and all of these things. And then the spirit was saying to me, like, say everything, say everything. And I was just talking to him and saying, what do you want in the future? And all of these things. And I usually have them talks, but it started to get really, really deep within myself, like the feeling like I needed to get everything out.
yeah.
And like 2 days later, um, because two, I'm not with my children's mum. So like 2 days later, I'm just sleeping in the bed and I got a phone call and then it was my children's mum and she was like, my son was in an accident. So I was like, what type of accident? And she was like, motorbike.
Wow.
And she said, he's injured his leg. And I was saying to him, I was saying to her, so I rushed to the hospital and then I found out that his leg was actually snapped. So
Oh
they tried
damn.
to reattach the leg, and then so it was cut. So and then they couldn't reattach it. The leg started to die, so they had to cut like where the foot off.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
and then and then he and then like it got like infected again. His leg got infected, so they had to cut it again. And then like it was just like I've had that a few times where I've took the psychedelics and it's been telling me like this certain thing's gonna happen or you need like I usually get warnings and premonitions when I take it. And then yeah, my son's just left the hospital now and yeah,
Oh
like my
wow. I'm
son
sorry
lost
to
his
hear.
leg.
Dang, I'm
You
sorry
get
to
what I'm
hear.
saying? And then this is yeah, because this is the thing about psychedelics as well, and just about life in general. Because before this situation happened, I still feel like it now. I was like, like the same thing we were speaking, like what we speak about is like nothing can't phase me in my life. Like I just know I know we're all the same being, it's the same perspective or certain things like that. But do you know, like when things happen outside of yourself and it's like to do with your peoples and to do with just like people you care about.
Yeah, the
It's
close ones.
like, yeah, like the close ones, you still have that perspective, but you do start to understand. Because I always thought to myself, like, yeah, like I still believe it. Like, yeah, we are all one being, but like we all have, like, we are all the same thing, and it's all the same. It's all the same, like, entity and all of these things. But like the separation is what makes us have a good experience or an experience in life what is worth living. Do you
Yeah,
get what I mean?
yeah,
Because it's like, yeah, we are all one. But if you go to your, say, like if you went to your girlfriend and said, and she wanted some, and you said to her, yeah, like I'm already inside you. We're all one. That won't work.
yeah.
The separation is what makes us have the different realizations. Do you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but
that's
what are
what
you
I kind of realized with this thing. Sorry?
Go
what
ahead,
are you
son.
realizing? Oh, what are you
Sorry, say that
realizing?
again.
I said, what's the realization that you're having? Because what you just
No,
said is the obvious. Everybody that says this is one, I'm pretty sure exactly what you said is exactly what they're coming from. So the question is, how did they get to that point from that point that was just so hilarious? You understand?
what do you mean? Say that one
You,
more time.
you just said everything is not one, which I understand
No, no, I
exactly
said
what you're saying.
no. I said everything is one, but the
Oh,
but the perception of
but
the separation
right.
is what makes us be able to have an individual experience.
Experience.
Do,
Yes,
do you get what
yes,
I'm saying? Because say like if everyone knew that everyone had this vision and knew that everything was one and everything was like that, like
mhm,
a hive mind. A hive
right.
mind, they all have a specific job they have to do. Us being humans, we got the choice of having freedom in a way of we got a lot of choices we could do more than any other animal in the
One,
animal kingdom.
one, 1 second, bro. What is it that you
Yeah.
want to? What is it you want to do?
What I want to do in what way?
Yeah, like say for example, tomorrow. What is the great thing you're gonna do that you? And I'm not saying we're not talking about not appreciating breathing and the sunlight, but what is this
Yeah.
thing that you're getting? What is it that you want to do tomorrow? That is this thing that you think you're doing.
Do you know
Excuse
what?
me.
The thing I want to do, yeah, is
Oh, or what? I
have
forget what you want to do. What have you done? What did you do yesterday?
what I did yesterday is the theme of my life recently has
The
been
theme.
just appreciation,
Yeah.
has just been like appreciation. And that's what my life has been based on the last like month and a half is just appreciating the circumstances or whatever situation we're in because
I
it's
like
like
the place to be.
it's like because it's like this year in my life, yeah, I live an actual good life.
Yeah.
I'm not broke. I have girl I see. I got children around me. I got family. I got all of these things in life, but not
Okay.
everyone gets to have these aspects in their life. Some people really are alone in their
No,
life. Do you
no, we
get what I'm
talk.
saying?
Yeah, now we're talking though. So now those things that you just said you had, for what
Yeah.
about the man who has more than that, that doesn't really require that? That's beyond that. We could say, well, that's good for him. Maybe he's had enough. I haven't had enough yet, right? So that's still not a
No,
destination.
not in that aspect. Not in that aspect. What I'm saying is that like
So that's not
just
a reward. So
appreciating.
the man that's on the road, what
Sorry.
we've been realizing is the guy that's on the side of the street that you think is that got the sign up saying help me. Half of those people, that's exactly what they want to do. You don't know what is going on with these people. That's what I mean by, we can't really think. We can't, the same thing you was talking about, perception. We can't really perceive it
Yeah.
as certain because it's one thing. That's that guy's life. It ain't gonna never change. He
No,
was
but
there.
I'm
You
talking
this,
about my life.
yeah, and
I
that's
didn't
your
talk
life.
about anybody outside of myself.
No,
I'm
no, no. I
talking
got you.
about myself.
I'm showing you what's in
I'm not
between.
talking about.
In
I
between,
understand all of them concepts. I understand
right?
that concept. It's not
Right.
about understanding the concept. I was talking about appreciation of what we
Right.
have in the moment. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying
The
it
now.
compared
There
to
is all
anybody.
there is
I'm not saying
appreciation.
it.
Yep. All there
Yeah,
is
but a lot of the time, we don't acknowledge the appreciation. We just go through our life, and like a month and a half ago, this situation, like my son didn't lose his leg a month and a half ago. So the appreciation I had to just be able to move around like I do, just
Yeah.
little things. Appreciation is also based on the little things what we don't realize, just
Yeah.
being able to wake up and run up the stairs. Like, we don't appreciate these little things in life. So like appreciation, there's levels to appreciation. But I felt
Yeah.
like in my life before, like I'm a person, I like to spread positive energy to my friends, my family, people around me. Yeah, but um I didn't feel like I was fully appreciating life, and you could let a lot of your life go past through not appreciating it as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's like when you take psychedelics, like when you say take psychedelics and you take like a high dose, and
Yeah.
then you come back to this reality and you're like, you just appreciate everything. You're looking at the grass, you're looking at the wall, you just appreciate the walls there. It's like
Sometimes
that same appreciation. It's like it's like being thankful,
you just
just
got to be
just
joyful, man.
just
You got to be playful with it,
yeah,
really. You know what I mean? You can't take
yeah,
it.
just to be
Oh,
joyful.
oh, 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 oh. It's all free, brother. It's not a thing where we gotta be like, oh, it's just a one time. Gotta, no. I'm gonna just tell you
Yeah,
the truth. I
because
mean, like it is what it is.
it's like this. It's like, yeah, like like you could reach these whatever level in spirituality or whatever level, but when it certain things, like what I was saying before, certain things what happen was, yeah, was like to somebody else. Yeah, in this reality, yeah, we're all one entity, but I'm talking about in this reality, within this dual reality of separation.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I know the language
Um,
can which can make up a lot of stories. Give an example though, because I want to get direct, because I want to make sure the language ain't fooling us. Because sometimes if we listen to words, we'll actually believe we'll make up our own story. Yeah, because the word do
I'm
its
not
own.
making up a story. I'm telling you what I learned for myself. I'm not here to convince anyone anything. I was talking about my experience of what I
You getting me wrong.
learned, and then
You're not
I
getting
don't
me
get
wrong.
what you're saying.
I know you're not making up a story. We was having a prior conversation about language, and some other shit, but you just coming in saying, you appreciate life. My bad, man. I'm Sun Tzu. I just be cutting off my own head and everybody else around me. So don't pay attention to that part. That's not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what he
The
said
words,
like that.
yeah.
Like you shit, sometimes the fucking trip be so
Because
damn scary. You come back and you just appreciate being here.
yeah,
You appreciate being
no, it's
here.
true.
My boy's son had an
Yeah.
accident. Said, yo, you know what, man? Fuck that. Making sure I appreciate every second I spent with my kid. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cause
Yeah,
I
like I just appreciate
did
because like you
did
know
it
like in your life, sorry, go on.
no did
Sorry.
it kind of throw you off like to the point to where okay, like the psychedelics or that experience that you had, it let you almost see that something wild was gonna be happening because you like don't
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like it was telling me that like that moment when I was with my son that that's the last moment we're gonna that it's gonna be like this.
Right.
And it was saying to me like say everything you want to say to him, like speak to him like this is the last time you're ever gonna see him. Do you get what
My
yeah
I'm
nigga,
saying? And
mushrooms do
then the
it
next time,
every trip. It does it to me
so
every trip. Mushrooms does that to me every single trip. Go talk to your son. Like I be waking up like I never spoke to my son in months. You know what
yeah
I mean? Like I'm
yeah,
down talking to telling him all types of shit, talking about just everything from the beginning of the world to the end of it. You know what I
yeah
mean?
that should be crazy.
Yeah.
yeah,
So it don't
yeah,
matter what, directing me straight to him. You
Yeah,
know?
it
And
had me go put my
anybody,
hands on him, like just go touch him, and it was like just for me, he was asleep, and just for me, just putting my hand on him, and it was like that's another way to express your love. It's just like from hugs, and you feel me, and like through that, like in the sense of like giving him hugs and different things of that sort. That's another way that you kind of, give him all these different things. And it was like, I don't know, it felt like I transferred everything I knew to him. It was felt weird, bro.
yeah.
yeah,
And this is his shit, bro. You know, like he's doing this observation. He created the whole shit. You know what I mean? Like did it too, but when he came in, you best believe he continued the damn story in his own way. So we ain't really telling him shit. He's just looking at, yeah, dad, yeah, dad. Think
Yeah,
at least you trying to, yeah, dad. At least my dad told me something. They already know. They
yeah,
smart as hell, man.
yeah. But that's wild. You said he
yes,
just got out the hospital though.
yeah. He just got out of the hospital, and it's like the same thing what I was saying at the beginning. It's like before, like this situation happened. It was like I was, within myself. I was at like the 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 I would say like the most balanced I've been within myself. So I was at
Yeah,
a good place in that way, within my mind, within my life in general. And then when this situation happened, like with my son, it was like I had to it's like it knocked me off balance at first. Obviously, anything like that. But you know what it is? It's the fact of, do you know like even knowing everything, when you see your peoples have to suffer, it like that type of thing is always gonna create like a negative um emotion or a negative feeling. Because sometimes, like before this, I thought to myself, anything happens in my life, I'm just gonna be cool. Like I'm just gonna be calm. I know what it is and all of this, but there's still things in life um what where you still have to heal from, or situations what affect you more, what could knock you off your square. Do you get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
that's the thing I was just wanted to explain, that when we take the psychedelics and that, yeah, it balances us, because this is what I was explaining, like even the appreciation. Like, I'm not lonely in my life. I have people I could speak to, and I have like family I could speak to. Some people really have nothing in that form. So a lot of the times, yeah, like when we take the psychedelics and we reach the point of we reach the point of understanding that we're a part of everything and things like that. Sometimes to some people that could be a devastating thing, because they have nobody. So it's just like all a part of the perception, or where you're at in your actual physical reality. Because where you're at in your physical reality does affect your mind. Do you get what I'm saying? And like a lot of the
Yeah,
times that,
I
like,
think too is like you said, I think a lot of people get to the point to where we feel like nothing bad is gonna happen. And it's like, no,
yeah,
bad things are still gonna happen. It's just how you deal with it when it does happen. Because it's not gonna,
yeah,
psychedelics is not gonna stop the world from being crazy like it is, or from shit happening. It's not gonna do that. That's just not how it works. And that's the
yeah,
thing that a lot of people want. You know, it's like almost like it's like I said, like a lot of these ideas and beliefs that we have is in order to try to save us from life or what life is. And it's like nothing's gonna, it might change how you look at it, but
yeah. And
bad
this
shit gonna
is
still happen.
like you,
So
yeah.
hold up.
That's like what you're saying, because
Life ain't got but that obvious shit. Like there is no magic to it. Is y'all lives really like that? Like
What you
some
mean?
get up and it's just yawn, take a shit. Da, 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 da. You don't see God's hands moving like straight through, like so much that you ain't even got to worry, even if something happen. Like
Yeah,
you don't
that's
see how this shit really happening. Like we ain't saying this shit for
yeah,
no
but
reason,
that's
just so that change the atmosphere, then we go back to lacking. This is real shit. This is really what's going on. This ain't no
yeah,
psychedelic talk. Oh
no, the
no,
yeah,
facts.
that's
And
somebody.
this is what I was
Yeah.
explaining. This is what I was
Hmm?
explaining with your mind, with the mind, with the mindset. Sometimes we feel like nothing could knock us off our square. That's what I was explaining. Like, because we could reach a level of understanding where we feel like nothing could affect us, no matter what we went through, we'll just be okay in it. But that's not how things work. Some things, sometimes in life, it's like a pendulum. Sometimes it's up and sometimes it's down, no matter
yeah.
how high your
Yeah.
understanding is.
But
We
when it, but
been
I
living
think
for
that's one of the
living down
things that I've
here.
learned is when it's down, it's down. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's nothing that you can
Right.
change. You can't change the things that happen or the things that occurred. But one thing you're gonna do is you're gonna keep living. You're not just gonna stop just because this
yeah,
happened. So it's like
yeah.
when I was on my thing and I had like my closest ones pass away, that shit hurt. That shit.
It doesn't matter what you know. Things could trigger your
Hey,
heart
Man.
space.
a
Do you
dog
get what
bite
I'm
me.
saying?
A
Yeah.
dog bit me before. A dog bit me, right? And when the
Yeah,
dog bit me, I would no. When I think about it, I'm like, I'm not mad at the dog. You know, what I mean, I don't see it as separate from myself. What happened? The thing is, if you're just telling yourself with language, oh well, ain't nothing separate of them. It's just this oneness. If you don't know why that dog bit you, if you didn't know that a dog was gonna bite you before the dog bit you, then I get you. You feel me? But if you was walking around
true.
knowing and you're like, all right, I'm supposed to be getting bit by one dog and it's gonna bite me soon. I don't know when. It's gonna be the first time I feel pain. And you're walking around looking for it, and then it finally happened, you realize, fuck, they got me. You know what I mean?
But it
So
didn't
if you
make you.
already know
It didn't
you
make you
know,
stop
it
liking. You didn't just stop liking dogs because that one dog bit you
right,
though. You didn't
didn't make
stop
you
liking
stop
No.
liking,
dogs. You was pissed off at the
you know,
time
And then
because That's the
Right.
thing, bro. A lot of people don't. They think that you still don't. Life comes with all these different emotions, all these different feelings. It comes with all that. So it's
Yeah,
like it's just how you deal with it. Can you deal with it? Cause life, it
yeah,
be good than a motherfucker, then it get bad than a motherfucker. That's what I said. It's a beautiful ugly. That's why I always used to say that,
yeah,
because you'll get on your high horse and some shit'll happen, and then you be like, what the fuck? Like when, like, I don't want to say names, but my closest ones when they passed, like, I don't want to say names, but my closest ones when they passed away, bro. Like I said, that shit hurt it. It hurt it, but I knew
yeah,
I had to keep going. I couldn't just stop right there and then and make life this drastic thing. But it's like shit happens that's gonna just like it's gonna fuck you up. It's just and that's the
yeah,
crazy part. Everything you like you said, it's like you said. You feel me? Like you just not gonna turn into fucking He-Man and be walking around as He-Man and shit just because you done dove in all these times.
no, it's true. And my son, he's like a warrior spirit because it's like when he was in the hospital, because they had to put him in like an induced coma for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He only injured his leg. He didn't injure his face or anything. He just injured his leg. And like when he was coming out of it, because I had to tell him that his leg was gone basically when he was coming back round, because it took him about 3 days to come back round to know what was going on.
Yeah.
And he was saying to me that he was my son was actually having like a psychedelic experience when he came out of the coma, because he was saying to me like, Dad, I could see you in like I could see you in the corner, I could see you sitting next to me, and I could see you over there, but you all look different ages, but I don't know what one's real. And I said, what one do you think is real? And then he looked down at me, and then he was just explaining all of this. And then when he came back round, he was like, Dad, you know, when I come out, yeah, I want to get a bike, you know?
Yeah, man.
That's
I was like, yo.
He
Yeah,
said
like,
this shit
it
ain't
didn't break
over.
his spirit.
He said this
It
shit ain't
didn't
over.
break his spirit at
I'm about to
all.
turn all the way up when this is what you thought.
30.
And he was asking me, do you think I could do, because he has to wait like 6 months before he gets his prosthetic leg.
Yeah.
So he was saying to me, Dad, do you think I could do a wheelie with one leg and all of this? And I was
Yeah.
like, you're going to have to relax. And then when he was coming home in the wheelchair, he's doing wheelies in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
Do you-
Yeah, like, hey, you know what's wild? Because I
Yeah.
seen the one dude, I forgot his name, but he was like with BMX, and he did the one stunt to where he broke his back, and like it put him in the wheelchair for the rest of his life. Now he doing stunts like on the BMX in the wheelchair. That shit didn't stop.
Yeah.
It didn't stop nothing. It didn't stop.
And that's what I was saying about, like, just seeing even how my son reacted to the whole thing, and seeing how he still, because when certain things like that, like losing a limb, that could really affect your mind. You got what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Especially a leg where you can't walk around, no mobility. Do you get what I'm saying? Like that could affect your mind. And it's like the way he's dealt with it is like is inspiring to me about the appreciation of life. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
it's like he's gone through this situation, and the way he's dealing with it, he's just like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
When I get my leg,
instantly.
it's gonna be back. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
Admit it, you
And-
couldn't do it like.
He instantly dealt with it.
You
Which
know?
is like instantly, like, wait, I ain't even out the hospital yet, but I'm just saying I want to get me a bike. It's like I'm gonna buy you one too. You feel me? Like for
Yeah.
real, that's good, bro.
Because I will rather him ride the bike and be, because he's learned his lesson. You can't, like, what are you gonna say to someone who's lost their leg? Oh, you shouldn't have done it. I feel like someone
Yeah.
who's lost their leg, they have to live with that for the rest of their life. You get what I'm
good
saying?
moral of the story,
And
for
I'll
real.
rather him get on it and be careful now, instead of him being scared of bikes.
Yeah,
Because I don't like that.
He not. He gonna still
Yeah.
be doing willies and shit. He don't care.
Yeah.
You just said, man, he's a different kind of breed. You feel me?
Yeah. He's a warrior
Yeah,
spirit.
a
He's a
straight
true
warrior
spirit.
spirit. That's beautiful though,
You know, like
bro.
back in the day, when like the true sword wars was
No,
going on, that would
so
have been his time. That was his time. Because he's the
What's up,
type of
Bun?
person you could just lose a limb and keep it going.
and keep it going.
You
Cause
know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie, I have seen people that lost limbs, that lost their leg, and then they confined themselves to the wheelchair for the rest of their life. Like gained weight, got off
Yeah,
big, and now they stuck in the wheelchair because they just made it part of their life.
yeah, yeah. Cause my son, it's like he unless we're gonna go out somewhere, like he's saying that he don't want to go in the wheelchair, or rather just use the crutches and hop
Yeah,
with the one leg.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because he's like a rebellious, like a rebellious
yeah. But
spirit.
that's what you do. I ain't gonna, cause I'm not
Yeah,
comparing like me tearing my Achilles to that. But when I tore my Achilles, I was still walking around on that shit, and they was telling me I shouldn't. But it was like, what the fuck? Like, what I'm supposed to do? I'm just gonna, you feel me? Be walking around like I wasn't using my crutches or none of that. That shit was hurting, but I was still doing it. And it's like, like
yeah,
he just got that spirit. You can't tell him nothing. He know he gonna keep
yeah.
doing it.
It's
He trying
true.
to do even better. He like, I'ma still look, man. Get him that bike, man. Let him hit Willies. I'm gonna hit Willies with you. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. Because we have to just that's what I was saying even like earlier. What I was getting to that point of like how I learned like a lot of appreciation and just like
Too, yeah.
through just
Welcome.
the situation with my son and
How old is he?
how he
How
dealt
old
with it.
is he?
15,
Oh
15,
hell yeah.
and yeah, and he was doing these GCSEs when it happened. You know the when you're doing your what's it called in America? Like when you're leaving school and you're doing all the tests.
yeah, the CATs, the cat testing and all that shit.
Yeah, yeah, he was doing that, so he didn't even get to do it. So he's gonna have to redo it when he comes when he when it comes back around where the date where he
Yeah,
could do it.
ain't that?
Yeah,
But don't you think that's trippy though? Because like you're telling me you need to stop like taking chances and stop being like this evil Knievel, and that's basically what you was doing with mushrooms. You was being evil Knievel.
yeah, yeah. No, it's true.
You was being
No, it's
evil
true.
Knievel with the
It's
mushrooms
true.
like a motherfucker. Like he got, and so you got to realize he got that same spirit you got.
Yeah, no, it's true. And it's like I feel like like just seeing it because I feel like like most like 90% of people I know, if they would have lost their leg, it would have been more traumatizing because I've had to sit in
Yeah,
the hospital. So a lot of the times where I've been coming in and not speaking, I've been in the hospital just sitting with him, just
yeah,
listening uh to the broadcast. But yeah, like like how someone deals with it is how much it's gonna affect you as well. Like if he was in there and it's like my leg, like
yeah,
every day,
yeah.
yeah, that thing could mess up your head as well. You get what I'm saying? But it
Yeah,
was the way he dealt with it.
cause it fucked you up from it just being your son. So you thought he was gonna be like
Yeah.
feeling like you. You know what it remind me of? Remember on the one dragon cartoon. It's the one dragon cartoon where he fought that giant dragon and then he lost his leg, he lost his foot. And then, like, they made him a
Oh, I ain't
prosthetic, and he
seen it.
started right back riding the dragons with that prosthetic. He made that shit fit for his dragon,
Oh yeah,
and was right back riding
yeah,
that shit. It didn't stop nothing.
yeah, yeah. It's true.
Yeah, it didn't stop nothing.
But I wanted to ask you, True, yeah. Are you are you gonna do is there a meetup like this year?
Yeah, we've been certain ones. We've been talking about it. We've been talking about it.
Yeah.
We're just trying to find when we'll all have like actual time for it.
Yeah, because if there is a meetup, I would love to come, and I'll come over to America and come to the little meetup.
Yeah, I'm
You just have to, you know.
you're gonna have to inbox me, and then I'll shoot you my number so we can stay, so I can keep you
Yeah.
updated with what's going on. I can get you in the chat.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Is Oz still around?
is
You
who?
know Oz.
Yeah, Oz. Yeah,
Oz.
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I know, is he in the chat?
You talking about Ozo or?
No. Yeah, Ozo.
Yeah, Ozo. No, he not here
The
today.
what? Oh yeah, because he recommended them Rusties, the Rusty
Yeah,
White,
the
and
Rusty Whites.
they were really good. Yeah, they were
Yeah,
really good. Like I
yeah.
really like them.
Man, when I
So I was
grew
just
them
gonna say
motherfuckers,
thanks to him.
when I grew them motherfuckers, bro, he the one taught me how to grow. When I grew them, oh my god, I was having dreams of my experience before I even went in. Like that shit was hella crazy.
Yeah,
But Tar said
yeah,
Tar's got a question in the chat. He said, "Do you feel like DMT actually hallucinations can program you? Like there are laws, codes, rules to DMT psychedelic hallucinations that make you who you are and can program you?" Yes, bro. Yes. What do you mean? Like
yeah,
I believe that because when you look at like I said, that's what I was just talking about earlier, Tars, is like when you look at the psychedelic community, a lot of people that's in psychedelics, it's already programmed everybody to be a certain way. That's why you see people, they start
yeah,
growing dreads, they go out and they get all the psychedelic clothes and they start dressing like they do.
yeah,
You feel me? They get the whole program. They
Holla,
get the
brother.
yeah. You ain't never
yeah.
seen look as
Peace to
much as
you,
we
bro.
seen, yeah, peace to you. We as much as we seen Theo dive in, I ain't never seen Theo come in and dress like like a shaman with a dashiki on and shit. You feel me?
No, no.
You don't catch me after late night hours when I'm in the lab in the temple.
Yeah,
Nah, for real.
but
I
it
think
do
it's
that.
like it's a weird thing. I think like because psychedelics is like realizing life, so it's like it could either just be realization or psychedelics. But it seems like it's a collaboration between discovery and creation. You can't tell which one it is.
Yeah,
It's like it's almost like
Yeah.
that's where the lack of free will comes because there's so much free will for us to choose every character and every rule. Because every time we go to a different place, there's rules there. We're the one choosing if we make it our rule, if we follow it.
but
But sometimes it's like, am I me? Because there's no choice. Of course I would do that.
yeah.
But then it's like, I'm not anybody, so I can do
Yeah.
anything.
But you see a lot of people do it, bro. Like if you just go watch everybody that do psychedelics, look at their background. Their background say, "I do psychedelics." You feel me? Like you look at my background,
But I
like
think
that.
that's kind of part of part of what our ego is, this form of our personality that we formulate is like something useful on the fly to be like, I'm the bluegrass guy. I play guitar. If anyone wants to jam, like you throw stuff out there. So I'm psychedelic. So you try to see if anyone turns their head and looks. DMT in a grocery store. 3 people look over. You're like, can I get your number? Your number. I'll talk to you later at the bluegrass jam. So it's weird. It's like advertisements, everything. The deeper gameplay.
He said he almost died going up and down the stairs. He broke his shit. But no, yeah, that's and that's that. But you gotta understand, bro. Like if you dive in and then you know that it comes with every territory you step in. And when you see a Muslim, they not dressed like they Christian. When you see a Christian, they not dressed like that. You see a Buddhist monk, he's not dressed like a Christian. Everybody has the persona. They have to have the dress up, the whole. It's almost like like when somebody made a little thing and said, on Halloween, and they had the gangster kit. You feel me? And you can buy the gangster kit, and they come with khakis, a Pendleton, and you feel me?
Yeah. You get that grill.
You get the grill. You get the choker chain. You get the
long chain.
And and it's wild because when you really start to see it, you see, dang, everything is playing the same game. And when you come in here,
iteration.
Yeah, different. But everybody in here, like we play the game, but we don't play the game. We play the game, but we play it how we want to. Like I went through that phase, and when I came out of,
because a lot of parts of the game, it's like people be so fake to be real, or so real to be fake. So you gotta prove you're real so much that even you do shit you don't like when no one's looking. You're like, because I'm just hard headed. I mean, hard. I mean.
Hey, cause if you playing it and you not dressing it, you go in Target and somebody ain't dressed with a red shirt and khakis on, you gonna be like, you don't work here.
Yeah.
So every business you go into, every business you go into.
You're a security guard at another store and you're like, I'm an undercover shopper. No, I'm not. I'm a security guard pretending to be a security guard, but I'm actually a real shopper. Like, this shit's confusing.
It is. You gotta dress the part, man. And you feel me? You can't play it and not dress it. I said even Hitler did that.
Not just like a ritual too, because like it's just like being a kid. I think Sun Tzu was saying earlier, like the same shit we playing house. We're just playing house. So whatever you want to play, wizard, cops and robbers, as long as you dress the part, it's part of the ritual to make you enact that.
Yeah.
And become that in that moment for real.
And become that thing. You feel me?
You don't need to wear a white robe, but it might help for shamanizing.
Hey, the funny thing about it though, right, is like, everything plays that game because, as soon as you get your job, you feel me, they give you the outfit and say, okay, you got to wear this right here. And then
first thing we do, we put a little psychedelic sticker on the apron. Yep. This is my little corner of reality. Yeah, this is a union job.
This is a union job.
Yeah. But I'm wearing the uniform mostly correct.
Yeah, I was told.
Because all the new places, they're progressive. They got to get one person from every race, one person from every disability. They're like, now everybody got to be themselves. Yeah. And then once you start being yourself, they're like, all right, cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out. What are you doing?
It's a union job.
That's what I did. Hey, that's funny, Theo, because that's what I did at work today. Like one of the dudes that trained me, I was showing him. I was like, yeah, see, I wore short pants today. I've been having my short pants. I just didn't wear them because it wasn't that hot. And he said, yeah, you got the short pants on, but you got on SpongeBob socks. Your socks is supposed to be black.
Come on, bro. Don't hate on me.
I said, God damn.
Some people are just like, don't have SpongeBob socks, I guess.
He see me today. I had on black socks. He was like, yeah, okay, now there you go, right there. You feel me?
And then next week, you're going to have SpongeBob's on again.
Yeah, again.
You won't be ready.
I won't be ready. But, when you playing the game, you got to dress the part, bro. You have to dress the part. If you don't dress the part, nobody's going to believe you.
And that's the other thing is like, if you sometimes we rebel against the wrong thing just so we can feel free as opposed to being free. And we could feel free if we don't have to dress the part, but by dressing the part is a different type of freedom and you go undetected.
Yeah,
you blend right in.
You ever been pulled over by a police that wasn't dressed like a police officer? You be confused.
Yeah, bro. And after he fucking left me tied up in the desert, I was like, that wasn't a cop, was it? No, I'm playing. That was a movie. But yeah, that's sketchy right there, dude.
I ain't talking about you, the police. Like, where your badge at? You didn't even show me no badge.
You just got a flashlight in your face at night. You're like, are you sure you're the police? They're like, get on the ground.
Yeah. So when you come up and you talking about, hey, yeah, I'm a psychonaut. It's like, you don't got on no psychonaut shirt. You're not dressed like a psychonaut. You don't speak like one.
I drop acid on my shirt. It's see-through.
It's see-through. Hey, I'm undercover.
You're under a fractal.
Undercover. I'm an undercover psychedelic user, okay?
Yeah, I'm playing a role right now. I'm going deep in this one.
What you... Hey. No way. He said, I don't think you get what I'm saying. Do you feel like DMT, etc. hallucinogens can program you like there are laws and codes, rules, DMT, psychedelics, nuisance that make you who you are and can program what you mean, then explain it if that wasn't, what you were saying. Like, oh, like when
I
the
think
ancient
what the
shamans,
person's
which in quest, they did not have TV back then.
You're saying something the psychedelic wants you to be a certain type of person, so the psychedelic's trying to brainwash
yeah,
you? What do you mean by that?
that's no, that's what he's saying, but
Yeah, I think that's
it's
what he's saying.
like
Because I think
yeah,
the
but
rules
it's
are
like
like,
it's saying that is it putting symbol like affecting your subconscious mind? Because
I
he
think
asked like a similar question earlier, but I think that is true because like we learn through repetition and we learn through symbols as well. So like when we're seeing all of them spirals and all of them things, I do feel like it does have an effect on our subconscious mind. And a lot of the symbols, the ancient symbols, are from like to do with what they saw on the psychedelics and things like that as well. So
Yeah,
I think it gives you
it
like
does
more
have an
options.
influence.
It's
yeah,
kind of like more possibilities if you get all that potential energy, and then if you recognize,
Yeah,
recognize, or realize it, then you're like you already kind of have it in you. Like what True was saying, you have the option to
yeah,
pursue it, plant those seeds,
the
but they
point.
probably already there if you were gonna, in a way, in some form.
Like they always been there.
yeah.
You
Well,
And
just
that's
I
where I
do
think people
definitely
get that
feel like
idea
it.
that like sometimes
Sorry.
people be like, everything was destined. I was always meant to play bluegrass, and like because the past and the future is made from the present. So in a way, whatever happens, we're gonna say that was destined, or it's weird. You can't get out of it, even though it could be anything.
Yeah, but he's probably talking about more in the way of say like um like you're not it's not possession. Like you're not getting programmed in a possession way because it's like he's saying, is it gonna be able to control you and that type of thing? Weren't that the question earlier?
oh
Like if it goes in your mind, would it be able to program you? And if you're getting programmed, then there's an intention behind the programming. So
I think
I
it's
don't feel like it's a
like that.
possession type of thing.
Yeah, like the way that I feel
Yeah.
like there is some personality or entities associated with mushrooms in particular, and then with other psychedelics, there's different entities and guardians and stuff. But like mostly when we're really traveling and using the psychedelics, it's like it's just using it like that's something you pass through. But really, it's your
Yeah.
awareness, and anything we call something else. It's all parts of ourself, and that's just like an entry point. Like Kalindi talks about, like it's just a way to get to the other side, like the chicken cross the road.
the other side.
Yeah. But someone said about
Yeah,
does the
society changes.
psychedelics have effect on like the cultures and that type of thing, and I truly believe it does because I watched the Kalindi video yesterday and he was saying a similar thing to what I realized with the mushrooms. Like if you take like a lamb mushroom from like say like if you take it from like Mexico, then I don't know why you end up seeing like Aztecs and that type of thing. If you
Yeah,
Yeah,
take it ones from India, you end up seeing like the
the
Hindu
Hindu
thing.
gods.
Like
but I think
yeah,
if you
so
take
like
like the more mushrooms you take of anything, like it'll take you just beyond everything. But I think on the way that it
Yeah,
gets you there, it's like genetically linked to
yeah.
certain stuff for
you
sure.
take
There's
the
little landmarks, but then once you get through, it's like everything.
you take the Asian
And
strand, you
it's so
start
like
seeing
you know,
ancient China and shit. It's like, wait, hold on,
yeah,
what the
yeah.
hell? Like, what the
Totally different
fuck? That shit
flavors.
is
But is
Also,
that
like
crazy.
some of them will be more into sci-fi, some of them are into like more Aztec ruins and shit, or
Yeah,
geometry.
you take the
yeah.
4-ACO, it puts you past all of it.
And I feel like that's why LSD or DMT, some of them just like don't have any spirit attached. So there's no personality, there's no extra memory. You just go
Yeah,
straight.
Yeah,
you go straight. Yeah, go straight.
It's always
Straight.
you.
It's always you, but it's never you.
Like Eric B says,
Yeah.
it's always you. You're round and flat.
At the same damn time, but I gotta go, y'all. I gotta get some rest tonight. I always say that, and then
Yeah.
like as soon as I go, my girl gonna keep me up all night. She doing homework.
But at least the player can try.
Yeah, she doing homework, so she gonna be keep talking, and I'm gonna listen and talk back till like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
Then I'm asleep, not get enough sleep, and be tired, but not tired at work. My brain be confused. It don't know if it's tired or not. It just know what it got to do, so it just be like, oh, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that earlier. Like that's a part of the illusion of the separation.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen.
Oh man, for real.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. So yeah, it's a part of the separation. But nah, I feel what you were saying on that. Like the separation, like that's what makes the separation beautiful because everybody has their own intention behind what they're creating or what they're doing, which is just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. But,
yeah, it is.
But I gotta go, man. I'm a holla, Dave. Yeah, we're gonna start doing these. Yeah, we're gonna do these late night because I got the same paddle at work to where I'll be getting off at 10 and 11. So you feel me? And
It's morning here.
yeah,
It's like 9 in the morning here.
yeah, I know. That's what's cool because you
Yeah.
know the people on the other side they get to tune in.
Yeah.
People on
Yeah,
this side,
but
they
thanks
get
for everything. Thanks.
man. Thank you.
Thanks, Trey. Yeah, thanks a
you.
lot.
Thank you. All right, Theo, Blue Flame. All right,
Yeah.
Suzu, man. Thank y'all too, man. You much appreciated.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate
Oh, yeah,
y'all.
likewise.
Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
All right. And all right to everybody out there. Yeah, thanks for thank you too, Tars, for man throwing out all them questions, man. You know, we're gonna have another live to where we go through videos. Go through videos because it was who was that? Dang. It was somebody, Snell Horseplay was sharing videos. We're going to have another one of those video experiences where we go and watch other people's experiences because that should be fun as hell. I ain't going to hold you, but it just be cool, you know, when we have these conversations, bro. You feel me? Because it's a lot that we be wanting to talk about. And this is another thing, like, you know, like sometimes in the comment, like it'd be cool when y'all like throw out different ideas of what we should talk about in like the next video so I can like make the video about that so we can kind of stay on that subject of that thing. And you had an interesting one right there, Tars, where you said the DMT, etc., you know, etc. hallucinogens can program you like there are laws, code rules to DMT psychedelics. Yeah. That's going to be one that we're going to have to talk about, bro, to where we have like a whole live and just talk about that and dive deeper into that. That was a good concept, bro. So thank you for sharing. Thank everybody out there that commented. Make sure on your way out, just hit that like button. And yeah, man, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to try to get to where, you know, every time I come back, no matter how tired I am, I'm going to start getting into doing these lives, like the late night lives right now until my schedule will change next month. And yeah, and we'll try to keep this going like we've been.